They have like seven equalizers, I think. Yeah.
They never give up,
Yeah, never give up.
And you guys were even lucky to draw with them.
Yeah, we were actually. And you
well,
guys were lucky not to play with them.
Yeah, it was postponed.
Actually, since long ago,
Yeah.
if you've been following up on Brighton, they are very much dangerous at 80 plus minutes.
Yeah, the last minutes.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
You can remember that Maupe goal versus Arsenal.
Yeah, versus Arsenal.
That's a long time ago. Yani miaka ngapi ilipita?
Last season.
Wakichunwa na Genduzi. What's up? Welcome to Football Digest KE, where we eat, sleep, football, and then repeat. My name is Nyaassh, and this is our first ever podcast. Has been like several months in the making, man. All this equipment was by last year, and we did not actually actualize it. So to start this year is amazing, man. And there's no better way to start it off than having two fans from the same club, because you know their club is the talk of the town nowadays. And I'm talking about Denver and Deexon.
The hopeless Man United fan.
Yeah. I've actually interacted with them before. I've interacted with Denver. Tulipatana what is it? Locker room, yeah? At Ivory doing something for locker room. Sure. And then Deexon, of course, he has featured in a decade recap. That was actually 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That's wow, okay. So how are you guys doing? And please be honest. How are you guys doing? And I just took a new year, but how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Despite United problems and all that, I think those guys have disappointed me now, so I'm used to it.
You're getting used to it now.
Amazing.
I love to hear that. Deexon?
What to explain? Wow. You can say T for tough, T for terrible. I thought it was redemption season for Man United, but it's looking like more of a tanking season.
Yeah, man. United have been going through a lot of problems, of which, by the way, we shall touch on them later on. But tulikuwa na match day, ilikuwa 22 ama ilikuwa 22, yeah? Was happening. The early kickoff ilikuwa, of course, we had Brighton versus Crystal Palace. Sure. Yenye ilitoka draw, of which hawa ni kama mezoeana. But how are you liking Denver? How are you liking venye Mazee Patrick Vieira anakaa sha stamp his style of play on Crystal Palace, man?
I really like the way Palace have been playing, you know, unlike Rogers, is it Hodgson?
Roy Hodgson, Ni a complete contrast.
Yeah, it's a totally different style of play, but I give credit to Roy because he really used a very tight budget throughout, and at some point they had some good results according to their level. And I'm glad he was able to keep them afloat in the Premier League for quite a long time. So I think that was a good stepping stone for Vieira, and I think it gave him an easier time to come in and just stamp his style of play. Yeah. And he acquired some very young talents who are aggressive.
Akina Gallagher, they're playing quite well.
Gueye is a good addition at the defense. So I love the way they play. Yeah. They just need to be very tight and mean at the defense and grab points here and there.
Okay, a bit consistent, Brighton, another team yenye inacheza vizuri, by the way. Even just watching them, their football is good, unlike some other clubs. Deexon, unaonaje venye Brighton wanacheza? Actually they're in the top 10.
Portable, eh?
Portable.
The portable.
Guys wanaguza ball, man. Kina Trossard, nini?
How many goals have they scored?
I like Cucurella.
I don't know how many goals. Sijui amefunga ngapi.
I think they have scored in 6 to 5 games.
They have seven equalizers, I think.
They never give up, eh?
Yeah, never give up.
And you guys were even lucky to draw with them.
Yeah, we were actually. And you guys were lucky not to play with them.
Yeah, it was postponed.
Actually, since long ago, if you've been following up on Brighton, they are very much dangerous at 80 plus minutes.
Yeah, the last minutes.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
You can remember that Maupe goal versus Arsenal.
Yeah, versus Arsenal.
That's a long time ago. Yani miaka ngapi ilipita?
Last season.
Wakichunwa na Genduzi.
But actually they have good players. They have Cucurella.
I like
Cucurella is very
good player.
And aggressive.
I'm sure uko atakaa huko for long.
Hata kuna Lamptey is also
Lamptey, Tarik,
Sinasikia
we are
Man
linked to Lamptey.
Yeah.
I'd take him over that Congolese dancer.
No, Prime Cafu, man. Prime Cafu. Wacheza na Cafu wewe.
It's so embarrassing to watch Cancelo, Reece James, Trent, and then you go back and watch.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. Alafu unaona Tomiyasu. It's crazy. I can imagine, man.
Okay. Why did he sneak in Tomiyasu?
Tomiyasu is
Leave that Japanese.
Japanese anacheza vizuri. The Epitoms. Achana wale Minamino
trying.
wengine.
He's trying.
Anacheza which team?
Minamino.
This Takumi anahata
So-
point blank.
Oh my God. You know you have a game on Thursday, don't you?
How to handle guys.
Haya.
So on Saturday, now we had the early kickoff between Manchester City and Chelsea, of course, the top two teams.
Sure.
Now Manchester City again showing why they're walking away with the league, man. They are 1-0 win over Chelsea, but they Kevin De Bruyne niliona amefunga most goals against Chelsea than any other side.
Yes.
Nikakuwachapa kiboko for letting him go.
It was 5 versus Arsenal, 5 versus Chelsea. Now he's leapfrogged Arsenal. So he's at 6-5.
Nini yo?
The goals.
Zenye amefunga.
The most clubs he scored against in the Premier League.
Oh.
Yeah.
5 versus Arsenal.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Now United?
3.
Kuuliza tu.
Should be 3.
3. But now again, as in Manchester City wanna show why they deserve to walk away with the league, and they're 13 points clear now. Hii ndio ina drive to ile point yangu. Is this a goddamn Farmers League? Yani tuko January na I don't see anybody overturning that lead ya City. Kuna mtu unaona kama anaweza turn around.
Impossible.
13. Okay, najua Liverpool wameachwa na 8 points.
If you count that they have won their game.
If you count they have won a game in hand, which is not guaranteed. But do you think even if it's 8 points, that's like 2 losses and 2 draws for City?
Sure. The reason I'll give City that, that vote of confidence is, remember when they were a point above Liverpool sometimes back, when they finished, was it 98, 97?
Yeah, that was 18, 19.
20, 18, 19. Yes. I expected Man City to drop points, but they didn't. But the good thing is they were also helped with the fact that they bundled out of the Champions League. Liverpool went all the way.
To the final, yeah.
So, if you are ahead by a point, it's much more difficult to, sustain that pressure. But then it's very easy because it motivates you to, keep going.
Yeah, keep
going. So the fact that they didn't bottle that to a very prime Liverpool side, I don't see them bottling this
time round. Do you see anything different, Dixon? Misioni, so washabeba ikitu. Na tuko January, man.
It's easier to chase than to lead. So
yes, it's always easier.
People do crumble under pressure.
Sure.
But not like City, I think they don't.
There's always a first time for everything. They haven't been hit with injuries that much.
Yeah, they haven't.
They
COVID also, yeah.
They haven't. So I think Liverpool, all they have to do right now, before Mane and Salah come back, they just have to win their games. Make sure that gap isn't widen enough before the guys come back. Sure. So I think still an open race, because once Champions League comes into play, we can have a race.
Yeah, it's going to be maybe a different ball game altogether. All right. Now, Farmers League, because in the agenda, I feel like I need to push. And Dixon amekataza.
Ninakata your story basi.
Tuko January, wako 13 points clear. Saizi, hakuna any other league in the top 5 wenye number 1 ameacha number 2 na more than 10 points.
Of course.
In
fact, I think it's about 8 or 7
marks, right? Haya. Last season, City walibeba ligi na how many points? 86 points. Number 2 walikuwa na 74 points. That's 12 points.
That's 12.
Number 3 walikuwa na 69. That's 17. Haya. Hiyo ingine ilikuwa 1920, ile Liverpool walibeba na 99 points. Number 2 walikuwa na 81 points. That's 18 points clear. Hizo si ni epitoms zinachezangwa League 1 huko. League 1 yenye inakuwa ni benchmark ya Farmers League. Huko ndiko uchezea?
I have a question.
Ferguson, first of all, do you agree it's a Farmers League or not? No, a fancy Farmers League.
No.
Fancy Farmers League.
No.
Ferguson alibeba Premier League 3 times in a row.
Yes.
Back then, Premier League was hella competitive.
That's crazy, yeah.
Both domestically and also in the Champions League. So is it safe to say that it was a Farmers League?
Then, hakuna team ilikuwa naachwa na like 10 points.
No, the point is carrying the league.
No, it's not carrying the league. It's the manner in which you win the league.
Why do you call
it's not carrying the league.
3 times in a row.
But uliangalia points walikuwa wameacha nazo number 2, number 3.
The point difference cannot be used if you use that points deviation to term that league as a Farmers League, then what about somebody carrying that same league 3 times in a row? And we are not talking.
For me, it's about the points.
Or is it because of...
It's not just winning. It's about the points, man. It's about the points.
No, it's about winning that league.
We call a Farmers League because you're already the winner.
There is dominance.
Dominance. Nani ata dominance, right? Yes. Can't you say it's happening the same wakati unaona team inaachwa na 18 points?
Because if we use that logic of the manner in which you lift the league, Juventus, their last and their last and final league title in that
in your Liverpool in a row.
9 years of dominance. I think they were 1 point ahead, right?
Above Inter.
Above Inter, 1 point.
I don't know. I can Google that.
It was 1 point. I think they were at 84, 83 something, and Inter had about 82. So what about that?
Juve carrying the league for 9 years.
For 9 years. Oh, that's a bit different.
That's a farmers league.
That's a farmers
It's
league.
a farmers league.
Even before the ball is kicked, you already know Juventus.
But teams like leagues like Ligue yenye inakuwa ni an epitome of farmers league, right? Kuna kuwa na different winners every now and then. Actually, as in the last 5 years kumekuwa na 3 different winners.
Lakini how many of they won each? 1-1
alafu
Monaco
PSG 3
and Lille, right?
Yeah. In the last 4 Premier League seasons kumekuwa na how many winners?
And
in the last 4 Premier League seasons kumekuwa na how many winners?
For me, what qualifies a league to be a farmers league is you give out your prediction, right? When you ask me who do you think is going to win Eredivisie this year, Ajax. Ask me who is going to win League One.
Can't you say the same now with Man City?
You get
no.
Ukiulizwa sasa nani anabeba Premier League?
We have like 4.
If you say so, there are so many guys who like gave out their predictions at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Now
Not
kuweka City.
everybody said Man City. You get especially when they had no striker.
Yeah. So moving onwards, ukiona venye wanacheza sasa hivi utakuwa tu unasema straightforward Man City.
The reason I can say the reason I can say City have been like, you know, very consistent with everything. I think they have a style. You get? They have a style, and I remember there's a time when Jose was ranting about after we were kicked out by Sevilla, talking about football heritage. They say these are guys who are bought for the future. There are so many players at Man City who've been there for like 5 seasons playing together. So it is not easy to alternate that system.
Wait, nani walikuwa bought for the future?
Aguero.
And people have anasema was United.
No.
Okay.
He was giving a comparison. You get?
Yeah.
So if the guys Pep has at his disposal right now, many of them have been there. You get? And he has that style. And then another thing, lately, if you've realized, you know, for Man City, it's so easy for them to beat everyone. They can beat the top guys and they can beat the lesser teams.
Yes.
The lesser teams are the majority. Now, the difference between Man City and the rest find it difficult to overcome these other lesser teams. You get? Now, Man City is flogging everybody. They have a style. And this season, they have been massively helped by 2 factors. Their depth and also the fact that they were able to manage their injuries in COVID. And you know, the style Man City plays doesn't even put them in a lot of injuries, by the way.
They don't put them to be exposed to injuries.
Because those guys just pass the ball around. It's about
but tunasikia tunataja tu Man City Deexon. As in it's Man City.
What Denver said is true. Remember during Ferguson days, he had superstars, then he will add 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Those 2 to 3 will be built around superstars. So by the time they are coming of age, they already have the notion of how they play. Now you see, they had in the defense, before they saw Fernandinho was aging. Who did they bring?
Rodri. Yeah.
Now you see Rodri is now the anchor of that midfield. Fernandinho is going edging away. Now you'll see as they go on, they'll just add 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then before everyone catches up, they already have a team. So they don't go through that transition period like Man United go through, or Arsenal go through, where they sell everyone, no one has win anything. So if you bring a new player, it's like a new mentality all over again. They don't have that old mentality. That's why Ferguson dominated the league for that long. You see, he won the league with an aging Van Persie. Because
an
the team was
aging team.
An aging team.
Yeah.
And he knew that was the right moment to leave.
Yeah.
Just like Pep, it will reach a point where you'll know, my time is already up.
See, alisema extend by the current contract.
He'll leave in 2023.
He said he's not extending.
Senior.
Hiyo ndio time tumebakisha sasa tuanze kubeba ligi.
Oh my God.
Tuko wengi by the way.
As in kila mtu sasa anangoja Pep aende man.
Ngoja Pep aende.
Those are 4 league titles in 5 years man.
Unajua mtoto ambaye alizaliwa 4 saizi anaweza piga kura.
Mtoto wa?
204 anaweza piga kura.
Kutoka the last time tulibeba ligi. Hiyo si important.
It is important.
Una deviate. You're digressing. You're digressing. No, unatafuta tu mali utarusha tu banda
you guys are comedians.
Why?
To be honest.
Why?
You guys are not in a conference league. You are not in a Europa
No,
league.
we had to take a seat back.
And
As in, you had to
then-
destroy everything to rise up.
I expected you to behave like AC Milan.
Aje?
How they
You
gave
see,
Inter-
AC Milan gave away that European whatever, that Europa whatever. And right now, they're like contenders. Not
For the
top,
league.
not top 4 whatever. You get?
yes.
So that is why I'm surprised.
how you guys are
You know,
not
I really
dominating.
expected you
But
guys
you're building
to be,
now.
I expected you guys to be between Liverpool, Man City, hapo.
No, si tuko after
You
the
get?
sasa hivi tunajua
You are
kuna the top,
fifth.
kuna top 3 alafu
You know,
kuna the
with
rest.
all the problems we have, you guys are only 4 points ahead.
Yeah. Are we 4 points? Oh, with the game in hand.
You get?
With the game in hand.
You get?
Yes.
So
And
I
this is a very
expected-
young squad.
I expected you guys. It doesn't
Wait,
matter.
you expected
You're Arsenal.
this season ikianza? Ama
I,
when?
I expected you guys to be somewhere better, not
Not
where
top
you
4.
are. Yeah. No, top 4. Hapo top 4.
But see, that's where we are.
But not so many losses.
No.
We are okay.
With
Nani
35 points.
kwani West Ham wako?
5 points.
Eh?
West Ham wako?
West Ham have Conference League,
They
man.
have,
They have Europa
no,
League.
Not
They have
Europa
Europa
League.
They have Europa League.
You see?
That's what I'm saying. You have to tear everything down
Ah,
for us to get back. Hiyo shida tumepitia tukijaribu kubuy superstars, it's not working.
Okay.
And it's working, you know, it's the same thing that is happening at United right now.
Actually, the Farmers League.
Yes.
English Premier League is not a Farmers League.
Can never be.
It's a farmers league.
Look,
man.
Can never
look.
be.
I mean, tunaongelea tu kuhusu Klopp amekuwa huku for how many years?
Klopp doesn't spend that much amount.
No, he's okay, not yearly, but he has spent quite a substantial amount of money toka akuje.
Klopp has spent money, but he does not spend money whichever way he wants.
He doesn't buy 100
No,
million players.
no, not say
I can tell
season,
you for
season.
a fact. I
yeah.
can tell you for a fact. Pep didn't need Grealish. I
Yeah,
can
they
tell you
did.
for a fact.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't need him. They needed somebody else, probably a CF.
striker.
You get? Klopp doesn't have that liberty. In fact, Klopp has been forced to go into the academy to bring
bring
in some
who?
guys.
Who?
The Gordons.
Gordon's?
Yeah.
Gordon.
don't know Gordon?
He made his Premier League debut.
Guy from 204, 203. Yeah.
Gordon miss him, je? Gordon ni nani?
Number 47 hapo. Hata alicheza hiyo
Curtis Jones. Those
Curtis
are guys
Jones,
who come in when Liverpool had a lot of injuries back then. Elliot is unfortunate.
Have you Elliot?
Yeah. So
Kila team inakuanga na wase wanaletanga.
So you get
Certain you guys, you have
for-
Greenwood,
for-
you have
Aya, City
the
wameleta
difference
wangapi?
between and they only have Palmer plays Carabao against Coventry City.
yeah.
Man, I only hate Man City because they get easier draws.
Za kila mahali. Yeah, it
Coincidence?
seems
It's not
like
a fancy Premier League.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, tell us better what you think. Is this because I had run this poll on Instagram and Twitter, and majority of the people said it's a farmers league now.
It's because their team haven't won the league yet.
Yep. Nah, it can't be all Arsenal fans.
No, it can't.
It can't be United fans alone. There has to be even some Liverpool fans in
You
there.
know, I do always ask myself the question: what if Ferguson had anointed Pep Guardiola instead of David Moyes
as the next coach.
Yeah, because he was there at Old Trafford that day.
It wasn't even possible for Pep. The front runners for that seat were Jose and Klopp. And Klopp turned it down because I think their wife had issues with that.
Coming to Manchester.
And
Also
another report came up later.
The weather is not very good there.
Another report came up later that suggested that, then, I don't know, was Woodward taking over during that time, right?
He took over 2013.
He was too cocky with the interview.
Oh, yeah.
Approach. He was like, this man.
Oh, yeah. I think for Mourinho, right?
For Mourinho, actually, Mourinho, what I think about Mourinho is that he intentionally quit Madrid or invited the problems upon him because he was eyeing that United job. You get? So he was hoping Ferguson, after stepping down, because Ferguson was mandated with announcing the
next manager, yeah.
So if he looked at the options and was like, Moyes, me and Moyes, of course I'm going to take that kind of job. There's a high possibility I'm going to have that job.
Juu alikuwa anatesa akiwa Everton your time, right?
Yep. So the reason Moyes took over is because we were meant to be in that mentality that we need a coach who can stay for long.
Yeah.
While Jose, the longest he's ever stayed was 3 years in Chelsea. You get
Yeah.
it? But I really wish Jose was appointed at that time.
You wanted a manager who can stay for a couple of years.
That mentality. I needed that mentality to carry on. You get? Instead, we went for somebody who was all about, is it longevity or
Longevity. And
something like that.
Yeah. Maybe ndio maana mlikana all that long, but it's all right.
That's deluded.
Yeah.
We were patient with the wrong guy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so guys, tell us what you think, if this is a Farmers League or Niko Zangu, but I think for me it's becoming a Farmers League. Sijui kani juu ya Pep or anything, but and also Pep, he needs to leave, man.
He needs to leave.
He
The
needs
fact
to leave.
that you are saying is becoming, it means it's not yet.
As in, it kind of clear now. As in, the last 5 years, ni 2 teams peke yake zimebeba ligi. These others have not even come close.
There've been so many factors coming into play. Chelsea were banned. They had mediocre coaching. Man United, we've had mediocre coaching.
Whose problem is that?
You get
That
mediocre. A lot of mediocrity have been pulling up.
See, that's why I'm telling
And
you.
that's why there's only one team now that is dominating.
And you see, if you look, there's a time we were, was it number 2 or 3? When we had 66 points.
That was
Number three,
right?
That was
We were 33
2018.
points behind.
that's 1920.
Yes. Behind league leaders.
Yeah, that's City.
66
33.
points wouldn't give
33?
you a top 4
Yeah.
in 2016, for example.
Mm.
Pep was 4th in his first season. He had 76 points. Arsenal was 5th with 75 points. 75 points was enough to give you a second place in all less.
Exactly.
You get
Buddha, ni wapi unasikia timu ya namba 3 imeachwa na 33 points?
so many places.
Where? Not
So
even
many
Ligue 1.
places. So many
Not in
places.
La Liga.
Have you seen
Bundesliga.
Have you seen top 4? Have you seen top 4? Have you seen La Liga top 4 for the last a couple of seasons? It
La
is
Liga.
usually sealed by like the 20th match.
La Liga.
Then there's a very big deviation between 4th and 5th. 6th, 7th, 8th onwards.
La Liga, is it a Farmers League?
It is.
Because it's only 2 teams that dominate.
In fact,
Kidogo kinoni unasikia tu
in fact
Atletico
we can be
wanakama.
lenient kidogo tuseme 3.
3
Atletico.
teams.
Atletico have only 2 league titles in 10 years.
Yeah.
You get.
Na moja ni juzi and the other one was
Was in 2014.
a long time ago, yeah.
A very big deviation.
So 2 teams dominating the league, right? That's a Farmers League. But that's what we've been having in the Premier League. Because there's always like top 2 teams, of which points hazikwangi that far off. Then there's the other 3. When you're gonna play catch up to these others. Only that now, tukona 3 teams. And
If you talk about Farmers League, another factor we are forgetting is we are only focused on the champion. You get? We are not looking at the relegation battle. We are not looking at the race for the
hata
Europa League.
tukiongelea Farmers League,
We are
nani
not even
uangalia?
looking at the
Who
race
gives a fuck about the guys who are getting
It's a whole
relegated?
league. It's not played by 4
But when you're
teams.
saying Farmers League, watu wakisema, do they look at the relegation?
Of course they look at the all factors.
They look at the top teams.
Because the top team, why is it a top team? It's beating these other teams mercilessly.
Yes.
There's no
and
challenge.
it's dominating
You get-
year in, year out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when we talk about Farmers League, we cannot eradicate the importance of these other teams.
Achana relegation. Now si wanapigwa na kila
Unaona?
msee.
Look. What Denver said earlier, why it's not a Farmers League, because you can have like 6 pundits saying different champions. Like there are some that say Chelsea will win it because they won
Yes.
the Champions League. Some say Liverpool will win it because they have that
They are
bitterness,
back. They are
that
back.
bitterness
They are-
because they lost
Yeah.
a lot of games at
They
home
are
last
back
season.
and their injuries are all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And Man City will come in third because they'll fall short because they won't have a striker.
Yeah.
And Man United sold us a dream. Varane, Ronaldo.
Wait, by the way, is Varane better than Ben White? Can we now agree right now he's not better than Varane? He's not better than Ben White.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Now, I know he asked for Champions Leagues. That's good, but do you think in the Premier League he's better than Ben White?
He's done.
Or was it a better investment for Varane unlike Ben White for Arsenal?
If you look at investment terms, Ben White is 23,
Yeah, he's 23.
and Varane is turning 29 this year.
27.
29. He's 29 because he left at 28.
Yeah. So he's turning 29 this year.
He's turning 29. So you see, Varane will get better.
Wait.
He'll get better. If you remember his first years in Madrid,
Yeah.
he
was that terrible?
He played at right back. He was bought when he was 18. Was it 18?
Yeah, he was
Right,
17,
quite young,
18
yeah.
from
He started
Was
at
it
right back.
Lens or
Yeah. I got 28 years, but he's turning 29 in April.
Yeah. So he started at right back, and he had so many blunders. Yeah? But he grew in the team, just like how he'll grow.
Is it the partnership which is wrong at United?
Is there a
You know,
partnership?
another
Is there a
thing,
partnership?
another thing about United we have a very leaky midfield. Obviously,
that's
if you
for
have
sure.
that is going to expose you. That's another factor. Number 2, we do not yet know who our CB partnerships are.
That's why I was asking. Is there a
It's
partnership?
not Varane and Maguire?
No.
Wait,
Sometimes
midfield?
it's Lindelof.
And-
Sometimes it's Varane. Sometimes it's Maguire, Lindelof. Sometimes it's Bailey. Who you get?
No
So
consistency.
the problem is we filled in this partnership. One of them makes a huge clunker. We send him out. We bring in another guy. He makes another blunder. He plays well today, makes another blunder the next time. He's kicked out. We bring in another guy. He gets injured. We call in another guy. You get?
Hakuna
That-
consistency in building up the partnership.
You get,
Yeah.
There is no, and that has been a factor since way back.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, our best partnership, funnily, has been Smalling and Jones.
Yeah.
What?
True.
Bring back Jones, man. Bring back Jones.
Smalling was
Especially
solid.
Smalling and Jones.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Alafu you guys
You know,
so-
towards the end, they were massively exposed. But post Ferguson era, Smalling and Jones has been our most
consistent,
consistent
CB partnership.
Yeah,
Was it performing well? Were you liking the
according
performances?
to our level, not so good, but according to our level
At
back
that point in
then,
time? Okay.
You see, I always ask myself, why did we sell Dali Blind?
I can't.
Was he
regret
up to the
selling
to
him.
the to the
I
task?
can't regret selling him. He was too soft.
Alikuwa up to par Premier
He was
League.
too soft.
He was too soft.
But
But
he would
I
have-
would only take him because he was versatile. But
because-
I have no regrets.
Because he would have fit in beautifully in a midfield with a stronger person. If you
Angekuwa
have
poa.
someone who
Oh,
can
yeah.
run,
Oh,
he
yeah.
can- he can pick
Oh,
a
yeah.
pass from midfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And if he had a solid partnership at the back, he's okay. He can even come back to
Yeah.
be the third defender.
Or when you have a back
Yeah.
three or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Ben White better than Varane?
No,
No,
No. Better investment then?
maybe,
Maybe. That's
Time
a
will
yes.
tell.
maybe,
The jury's still out.
maybe.
The jury's still out. All right. tutangoja
Because
tuone.
if you also do a comparison, Varane has also been inconsistent with injuries. Let's be honest, his fitness hasn't been so good. So if we were to do like an analysis of the two, we will still.
But
be
that's a
short on
fitness
the
in your
matches.
personal issue. Right?
No,
It's a
not
personal
at all.
issue.
Not at all. I mean, do you
Why
go?
not?
Do you go to get out? Do you go out there to get to?
Of
to
course
get
not.
injured intentionally?
But
You don't.
why do players last longer? Some players last longer in games, in a league, in a season than others. It's a personal problem.
Maybe his age.
It's
Can
unfortunate
You
it
could be-
happens.
you could be
It's
fit-
inevitable
You could
in a
be
season.
fit but out of form. You could be in form but always unfit. Sisi Tariq Lamptey.
Kama Maguire, always fit, but
Maguire is always
Always
fit
fit,
but
but-
shit.
Yes.
You get.
Yeah. Varane sasa unasema
Bailey is dope
hatuwezi
but always
mjudge.
unfit.
So unasema Maguire hatuwezi Varane hatuwezi mjudge yet cause
Please let us just solve our problems first. That's it.
Varane
mimi
ni vile tu hataki kusema
Varane mimi hadi next season.
hadi next season.
No, I like him.
Champions League winner anapewa whole season ya kunini?
Premier
No,
League ban.
Now, what makes you think he will not have injuries next season?
For real, Rafael has been okay. The only match that I've seen him like taking sticks ni hii yenye
Ya juzi.
he missed that clearance. You get. But any other time he's been covering up for anyone he's played alongside.
Especially
Alright.
that
Yes.
FA tie.
You see?
Yeah. Aston Villa.
He's been
Lindelof
good.
was
Aston Villa.
having
Yeah.
was having a
It's
lot
been,
of
Sticker.
blunders.
it's been a long time since we had somebody who can clear the ball so
Yeah.
effortlessly and so easily without being under pressure.
Yeah. All right. I think time will tell eventually that Ben White is better than Varane, despite the 4 Champions
Just
League.
being melodramatic.
Time will tell on that one.